Hello guys, it's Will from DFS Army. Gonna be going over the Prizepicks board on Saturday, June 3rd. Gonna be going over the MLB slate and also gonna include an NBA Finals Game 2. Of course, that is on Sunday. Gonna have a pick for that as well. So before we get into the video, we are having a sale right now, 50% off for the summer. Actually, to celebrate our optimizer, we actually did have an upgrade, and I'll show you right here with our top props, this projection, sharp out projection line. This column, it was upgraded just recently, and so this should be much more accurate, and we're still making more upgrades as time goes on, obviously making this thing better. Pretty much what you're doing here, you're using this tool just to quickly compare odds. So it'll compare multiple books, the odds on it, show you what is the best odds, and it's sorted by odds, so you can have the best plays on Prizepicks that you can just plug in. No need to research if you just want to play strictly plus EV props. Now, as for the sale, so it is for your first month of VIP or props membership. And if you do go on our site, like if you just go to our page here for pricing, it's going to land on this page, which is the VIP package. But if you are only interested in player props, and the VIP package, it shows you what's all included over here. But player props, make sure you're selecting this one, because for those that only play props, it's much cheaper if you don't play that DFS side. So 50% off if you're playing or applying to this monthly one. So it's going to be $17.50. And that's going to be with code SUMMER50 or my personal code here, right under here, Will50 for also 50% off. You get the same sale. So do take advantage of this, because this sale is only going to be available for about another week. So capitalize on that while it is there. Now, getting into the video. So 3 MLB plays. We are going to start off with a total base prop. Now, I was looking over this board. It's actually a really tight one for today. I usually like some hitter fantasy scores, and I will have some, but I don't feel the greatest about these. So, if you're gonna tail, thank you, but do proceed with caution. So total bases. The first prop is going to be Brandon Belt on the over 0.5 total bases, taking on the Mets against Tyler Meagle. And Brandon Belt, he typically hits as the cleanup guy when they are facing off against a right-handed pitcher, projected bat fourth, and he's always going to be hitting between a bunch of righties. So even though he is a lefty who, if you do look at his numbers, splits at bats against lefties, he's only had 11 plate appearances, so he's not going to probably be hitting. He's going to be pinch hit for it. But the thing is, because Toronto is so right-handed heavy, that I don't know if you want to really put in a lefty, because would you rather have Brandon Belt hitting against a righty, or you want, this top of the lineup with Vlad in front of him? You want him facing a lefty? You definitely want to take Belt, right? So Brandon Belt at over 0.5. His numbers, he's batting 252, but I will say though, expected batting average, he ranks second in the second percentile. His XP is only 187, so it's really low. He's actually been really lucky, but we're not really working with a whole lot, so this is kind of a forced play just because the board is so weak. But there are good things about this prop. Like Meagle, he is someone who struggles a lot against left-handed pitching. This is 2022 to now. His numbers against lefties, a lot worse. As you can see with righties, he's not striking guys out as much. He's allowing a bit higher flight ball rate, and then the WOBA, the ISO. So Belt, he is a better hitter against right-handed pitchers, and should expect him to get at least 3 at-bats, maybe 4, just in case. I don't want to say absolutely 4, because if some reason, Brandon Belt, they bat Varsho close to Belt, maybe there's an inning where Belt leads off and Varsho's batting third in that inning, so then they're facing 2 lefties, and the Mets say, okay, you know what, we'll take our chances against Chapman or something, we'll bring in a lefty and face 2 guys and have the advantage there. So that is going to be Brandon Belt here, and just checking in on the odds here. So a high run total, of course, that's already built in, but 4.5 over is -110, so pretty solid there. And as for the prop itself, Brandon Belt, he is -125 on the over, so not bad, not the best, but again, weak board, we're going to try to look for some good spots, and this is one that kind of is interesting. Now, the next 2, this is going to be part of a stack. You don't have to play these together. But we talk about stacking a whole lot with MLB. That's just what you want when you're trying to go for these big wins on these prop sites. And those are going to be Marcus Semien and Corey Seager. They're both at 8. And because they're at 8, I don't really love it because of the push potential here at 8. If it was 7.5, I would like it a bit more. But at 8, I think they're okay because they are getting a matchup against the Mariners, and they are pitching Brian Wu, who is making his MLB debut. Now, Wu, he is not getting much respect with the books. Rangers over 4.5 total at -130. And taking a look at these two bats, hits, runs, and RBIs line. Seager -165 on the over, Semien -155. So Seager a little bit better odds, but Semien, he gives us that stolen base ability. He is currently a +450. Now, in regards to, we'll start with the pitching first, the matchup on the mound. Brian Wu, as a prospect, he ranks number 6 in the Mariners system, but they expected him to come in next year because he's only in Double A now, so they're just giving him a big jump, which that can definitely work. Like, he could be successful, but usually you're gonna have some issues, and especially making his first start, and it's the Rangers, which is a good hitting team. There could be some issues here. He's had some control struggles, right? And his numbers, he has some good pitches, but because of the location and the debut for a youngster, this sets up well for guys that are going to be batting against him, and the walk odds are not bad for both of these guys. And on the stolen base side, so for the Mariners, now they like to bat Tom Murphy, or they have Murphy catch if they are facing off against a left-handed pitcher, and they do. They're facing off Andrew Heaney. Cal Raleigh is much better against right-handed pitchers. So you're probably going to get Tom Murphy catching this game, and he is below average compared to Raleigh, who is higher, or who is above average when it comes to stopping the run game. So Tom Murphy, a weaker catcher, and when we do get the lineup, if Murphy is catching, I would have to expect that Semien's stolen base odds could rise. So that's definitely a plus. And if Semien steals one, he's probably going to go over on that projection. Now, it's still a +450, so I'm not saying that he's going to get one for sure. But it's a nice bonus, another way to score fantasy points than swinging back. Yeah. And then on to the NBA play. So this, I would say out of all the props I'm giving, this is probably my favorite play. This is going to be maybe a weird one because it's one of the newer categories, but NBA first quarter, minutes played, we're going with Bam Adebayo, under 10. And I really like this one, but the thing is, it's the playoffs, it's the finals. You can see rotations change, especially for the team that's trailing in the series. So the Heat, I don't think they really played poorly. I mean, they probably need to, well, they kind of already adjusted, but the whole issue with game 1 in the first half, at least with Aaron Gordon, he was just way too big. They put Jimmy Butler on him in the second half, and he slowed him down. So probably, they're going to do the same thing to stop Gordon, but somehow the Nuggets are going to find another way to win this game. And I have to say that this spot, I would say that he aren't going to change the rotation, especially for a guy like Bam. Tyler Hero is the main kind of like topic for this game, whether he's returning or not. He has a chance to, and I would imagine that he's going to be limited, but the thing is, he's a guard. We're talking about Bam, and I think Bam's minutes are just going to be extremely secure. It's just like Jimmy Butler. He's pretty much a star for this Heat team next to Butler. And the reason, now getting into this play specifically at 10 minutes, if you've watched the playoffs or if you just follow the Heat throughout the season, they like to sub him out in the midway through the first quarter. So that's going to be around 6 or 5 minutes. Now in the playoffs, they let him play a little bit longer just because you're going to run your starters out there for longer. But they sub him out first because they want Butler playing the full first quarter, and then they'll bring Bam in to start the second. So he can be on the court while Butler is resting. They want one of the two to be on the court. Now, Bam in game 1, you could go back and watch, or maybe you actually remember, but there was not a single dead ball from about the timeout around the 5-minute mark until 1:58. I believe it was 1:58. Yeah, 1:58. And that is when Bam finally checked out of the game. Now, if you look at the game, if you want to rewind it or something, you can go to NBA.com. Actually, they do have the videos. Cody Zeller, who subs in for Bam, he's the direct backup. He was checking in. He walked the scores table at late, like 4:50, about 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first. So Bam was gonna check out extremely early, but there just wasn't a dead ball for 3 minutes. And even with that, he played 10:01, and this line's at 10. I don't think Bam is going to play anywhere close to 10 minutes and 1 second. And the other thing is, he's going to be guarding Jokic. That obviously means a lot of foul trouble risk. That's the highest foul risk out there in this game. It's going to be on Bam. And if we were to pick up two, he's not foul prone, but Jokic is good at drawing fouls, and Denver is the home team. If Bam gets in the foul trouble, that's just another way that this can hit the under. He's going to check out and he's going to be done for the first quarter. So another plus thing about this, but it really is just a rotation. The Heat don't like to play this guy for long for the first quarter. They want him to get his rest early and then bring him in the second. So I really like this. Now I'm cautious with this though because of the Heat. They could change the rotation, especially if Tyler Hero is going to return for this game. So really like this one. I think this is mispriced, but again, treat it with caution if you're going to tail. But that's my favorite prop out of these four. And then, these other three, they're close, but I wouldn't force them. I would probably say just pair Bam with some of your favorite plays. So if you guys are watching to the end of this video, thank you guys. Please leave a like before you go. Subscribe to the channel for more plays, and I'll be back next week with more videos. And do check out our Discord, check out our membership, because that sale is not going to last for much longer, and we're only going to get better with that Optimizer tool. So thank you guys again. Good luck on this slate, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.